Well, good morning, everyone. So we are in weather alert mode for today for some scattered showers and storms developing in the afternoon and evening. A few of these will become severe. So that's just one of those things. I know it's not hitting everybody with the severe storms, but if you were to drive a little bit and just go a little bit of distance, you see some of those higher cloud tops in the distance, you'll run into some of those strong and severe storms. So it's at least something to monitor. We're still looking at generally a baseline 60-mile-per-hour type severe weather threat with those wind gusts, but still, you know, a few of those, that's still pretty strong. So we also have those flood watches in effect for Buchanan and Dickinson counties in Virginia for some training of rain. That's already developing towards the west in Kentucky. So some of that rain will be moving in, an isolated storm during the morning, but the higher threat moves in during the afternoon and evening. So that's when we'll see a few of us actually getting that wind threat. This would pretty much be any of these counties, although I'll try to get into the models and really show you some of the best development with this. But really, any of our areas have the potential to actually have one of those stronger storms. The large hail risk looks very low. A tornado risk looks low to me as well. It's really high winds and heavy rain that's going to be the main threat, and likely straight line winds for the most part with some of these storms. So as it remains humid, that kind of helps to, you know, ramp up the severe weather threat. I mean, dew points are in the upper 60s and low 70s, so there's lots of moisture out there. Of course, that also leads to that isolated flooding risk, especially for Southwest Virginia. So, yeah, anytime you get those precipitable water values up around 2 inches rainfall rates per hour, you're talking about heavy amounts of rain. So anyway, showers and storms developing towards the afternoon and evening here. I would say your main time with this would be between 1 o'clock to as late as maybe 8. But to try to narrow down that window, most of the models are really bringing it in really during the early evening hours. And we'll look at that. It remains humid. Heat indices will be in the middle to upper 80s, but it's also going to be breezy with that southwesterly wind, gusting to 20. Temperatures will be in the 80s, lows tonight in the 60s. Severe threat tracker is obviously high because of this area of rain and storms that moves in later on. So we can show you the area of rain for Southwest Virginia. This is off to the west. This is already in Kentucky. That's moving to the east. Here's that area of storms that's already developed off to the west of Nashville. That'll be moving in this direction for the afternoon and evening. So timing that out, that does put us in a level 2 out of 5 risk. So still pretty substantial. It drops off tomorrow. Notice as we time things out with the latest HRRR, notice that that shower and storm threat really starts to ramp up during the evening. Here's an isolated storm. Sometimes you have to kind of watch out for a couple of those because sometimes those will try to get a little bit of rotation going. It's still pretty weak in my opinion during looking at some of the model data, but nonetheless the straight line wind threat definitely higher. Notice as we go through the evening, HRRR tries to bring that in around 6:30 to 7 o'clock or so. So something to monitor as we go through the evening. Then we cool things off, drop those lows back to the 50s by Tuesday night.